Well, hello everybody and welcome back down into my aquaponic dungeon, where today I am, I'm bringing the outdoor fish back in and repopulating the fish tank there. And I'm going to try and do some more rooting on the red currants, because why not? They worked for me with the air layering. You can never have too many of these things. And I've got the winter to do something with the aquaponic garden. So yeah, why not try a little propagation via, cuttings. So yeah, might also do something along the lines of some salad greens or some herbs this winter, but otherwise, yeah, not quite sure what I'm going to grow down here this year other than the aloes and the spider plants, and really I could use a little bit more inspiration than that. So today though it's kind of all about the fish. I just spent the last half hour, 45 minutes or so outside standing in hip waders that came with the house. I'd never actually worn before, and I am pleased to say are in fact still waterproof. Draining out the water and trying not to suck out any fish and put them out in the lawn, while I'm draining an IBC tote. There's rather a lot of pressure, so yeah, bucket by bucket. I had hoped to get some amusing video clips of that, but of course it's kind of windy, and of course it's raining. So the wind we can deal with. The rain, however, puts the camera at risk, so we didn't end up with that bit of fun. However, I do have a bucket full of outdoor fish water and an unknown number of fish, because honestly I didn't keep track as I was pulling them out. I was just glad to see that there were fish alive in there, and my biggest concern was making sure I wasn't leaving fish in there for when I open the bottom of the tote. So yes, I'll show you how the three who have been down here are doing, because one of them has grown an amazing tail, and yeah, we'll get to digging the others out. So here we can see the three that remained inside just to kind of keep things going. And that one in the middle there, I don't remember any of them having quite so much of a butterfly koi looking tail when I pulled them out to stay in the first place. And look at that now, absolutely beautiful. So I'm thinking somebody in this bucket, this rather murky looking bucket, was or has been rather a bit of a tail biting bully. Hopefully though, we'll have had enough growth going on here, and this fish will be able to defend itself and keep that lovely tail. It does look rather nice. So yes, this is the bottom kind of nasty, ugly water that the fish were previously in, and I'm sure that, it's going to be a bit of a shock to go into the aquaponic garden, but I'm just going to do it anyway, because these are incredibly hardy fish. That's why I keep them. What are we at here? That's 3. Go back into your winter homes. They've done a little growing over the summer too, but settle in easy enough. Alright, I think maybe I'll put the camera on the tripod while I try and fish the rest of these out, and we'll see how that goes. Alright, well hopefully the glare on that's not too bad as I try and fish out the last of these. We had 3, and then there were already 3 in there. We got 4, so that takes us to what, 7, 8. How many fish really are left? 9, 10. It's definitely time to get some more fish. 11. 12. 13, and that looks like the end of the bucket. Some very, very stinky water. I look forward to giving that to my plants. So, a couple years ago, I bought 21 feeder fish, and now as we sit here and count them, I appear to have 13 left. That's not really all that bad, considering they were destined for death as feeder fish, right? Off to feed some eel or knife fish or whatever. It is probably time to go get some more though. Not terribly keen going into the city, but gotta do what you gotta do. A couple of these things are just monsters though. My word. So let's toss in some of these algae wafers, because the fish that were in here seemed to be enjoying those. So I suspect our new arrivals will learn. Seem to have some nice color patches showing up on a few of these. All things considered, still a pretty decent fish population, really. Alright, let them get settled in while I muck about with these red currant cuttings. So, as a lot of you may know, one of my goals with all of this gardening is to kind of work on my urban permaculture situation. And I'm recognizing that there is kind of a difference. There seems to be urban permaculture and agro permaculture, but that is a topic for another video. So I want to see how many cuttings I did get here. I thought I got 7. All right. Now this gooseberry never did do anything for me. We're just going to toss it to the side. However, with these red currant cuttings, what I'm going to try and do is pull the leaves off the bottom half, sort of like you see there. And then we have this dollar store veggie peeler, because I want to expose some of that inner layer. Shouldn't really be doing this over the garden, but I am all the same for this one. So, yeah. Good idea, bad idea, I don't know. But I noticed with the air layering that it grew roots kind of from where the bark, if you will, had been broken. So my thinking is if I expose more of that, there's more area to grow roots, and I have a slightly better chance of that cutting becoming a new plant for next year. So I'm going to go ahead and do that to the other 6 of these, and I'll kind of get right back to you. So while I'm not totally convinced that that's a brilliant idea, I figure what the heck, right? I've got all winter to play with this stuff. Why not give it a try? Best case scenario, I've got 7 more red currants. Worst case scenario, I've got 7 dead twigs I throw in the basement compost. No real loss, right? I mean, what do we got in here at the moment? We've got a crazy, wild, spindly sage. When I came downstairs and cleaned this up, that was completely overgrown by the mint, which has been once again tossed down over the side here. It needs to be cleaned up. I think I'm just gonna probably trim it right off and let it grow back from the base there, because why not? The chickens seem to enjoy fresh mint in the winter, so might as well give it to them. I know I certainly enjoy it in my teas. So yeah, it's growing there. It's free. It's been free for a really long time at this point. And it's effectively powered by the Ponics. So yeah, probably just a quick little video here, but wanted to share something with you here on Sunday like I generally do. And today's real project was moving all of these fishies back inside. So yeah, I didn't really do any of the things you're supposed to do when you're transferring fish in and out of fish tanks. But as I have mentioned so many times before, that's why I buy feeder fish. I mean, these things were pretty much destined for death anyway, and are generally fairly sturdy. If they don't die in the first week on you, these things can live for a surprisingly long time. I mean, February, I want to say 2018, I think, we went into the city, got these feeder fish, some of which were still in their quarantine, and still got 13 of them left, so that's really not too bad. All right, we'll check back on these over the winter, and yeah, hopefully everything just grows right along here with the aquaponic garden. Much love, everybody. Thank you for joining me. I hope you have a fantastic week ahead. If you're tidying up your gardens and doing your harvest, well, best of luck with that. And if you've still got garden season ahead of you, well, I'm a little jelly, but best of luck with that too. Take care, everybody.